Welcome to Outsmarting Implicit Bias. I'm Mahzareen Banaji and I'm an experimental psychologist. I spend most of my time teaching and doing research with my students at a university. But with this media series, I'm venturing out of my lab to teach you about the science of implicit bias. What is it? Where does it come from? What shapes and forms does it take? How do we experience it? And of course, the big question, what might we do about it? The science of implicit bias has shown that we carry the thumbprint of the culture on our minds, a thumbprint representing preferences and beliefs we have about social groups based on dimensions such as a person's age, their gender, their race and ethnicity, sexuality, and as we will see, much, much more. These preferences and beliefs are not always known to us. The easiest way to explain it is to think about a car. When you drive, you know that from where you sit, for no fault of your own, you will encounter a blind spot. We understand that while this blind spot is not our fault, we still can't afford to make mistakes because of it. So what do? First, we admit that there is such a thing as a blind spot, and that we simply will miss seeing another vehicle that falls into it. Second, we consciously and deliberately work to overcome our blind spot when we're in the driver's seat. We use mirrors, we shoot long glances backwards before we take action. And finally, we innovate. Today, my car, and perhaps yours as well, turns on a little light in the side mirror if there's an object in our blind spot. What a lifesaver that is. Just like a car's blind spot, our own biases arise from some built-in features of our minds. They too can get us and others into trouble of a sort we never intended. Understanding this in a deep way, in a scientific way, is the aim of these modules. And just as with a driver's blind spot, we must work to outsmart implicit bias. Why? Because implicit bias is often opposed to our own values. So many of us believe that we must make decisions accurately and fairly. The data from hundreds and even thousands of studies show that there is a disparity, a lack of consistency between our values of equality and fairness on the one hand, and our choices, decisions, and actions on the other. Just as we make the effort to fix a driver's blind spot to keep ourselves and others safe, knowledge and understanding can put us on a path to outsmart implicit bias. It simply requires smart thinking and innovating at the level of the individual, at the level of institutions, and of course in society at large. To engage with this material requires very little from you. First, that you believe in reason and rationality. Second, that you believe in leading an examined life. And finally, that you understand that bringing our actions into line with our own values is a lifelong journey.